I have,
You said you have not?
I haven't had a chance to, no. We
Okay.
have been swamped.
Oh yeah, no, I completely understand. So the first recording you actually got in person, so
Yes.
you don't have to worry about that. It was just basically catching everybody else up to what you and I did, which is kind of how all of this got started. But the first recording, we went through setting up hi, hello, making sure that you have some form of a digital presence in terms of being able to pass out information quickly. And then we started attaching your pre-existing social media handles, email addresses, or websites to that, as well as making sure that people know where to find you inside of Southern Lion. So today, I would like for us to look at a couple of things. One being, well, two being tools, but one is going to be Canva and the other one will be ChatGPT. Everyone's favorite, right? No one, no, we can't escape the world of AI. It is here, but it is here to serve us all. And so, used wisely, we're able to really gain a lot from it. So, what I am going to do is just jump right in and share my screen. Well, first of all, let me pause. Does anyone have questions? Do you have any questions? Are you utilizing the tools from before? And how's that going for you?
We haven't had much chance yet,
Okay,
but plan to get started now that we've got through this last weekend.
got it. Okay.
Yeah, we had High Point Market we went to. We had the World Series, the 18 inning game. Um,
Oh,
and then preparing for the holidays along with Metro Lion, grandchildren birthdays, and you name it.
got it. We're
And
going to
Nikki,
So
come
I would
back
also
to that.
add yeah, I just wanted to add that one of the things several merchants have told me that they uh, appreciate you recording this because several of them would not be able to make the 9 o'clock call, but they
Okay.
promised that they will go and view all of your recordings afterwards. So several of them told me, they're at work, blah, 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 which I get because these are all business owners and this is a great side hustle for a lot of them. And so several have told me that they will be watching this later. And so a couple of people have told me they've already watched the previous video that you did last weekend. And so I just wanted to tell you, thank you for recording these. That's where a lot of people said they're going to wait for the recording.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
And if they have a time that, may work best for the ones that are working, maybe we can do one at 9 a.m. one week and maybe a different time and day on another week, just so that, they can at least have some sort of
Direct
connection
contact.
that they can ask questions.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll investigate that. Okay. So thank you.
Perfect. You're welcome. All right, let's see here. I need to turn off. Okay, someone else is joining us. All right, so we're gonna jump right in. So the first thing that I would like for us to explore is ChatGPT, and here's why. Many times we get before we can ever even get to how to create something, we can't get past, well, what should we be creating? What's the concept here? What should we be posting or this or that? So if you don't mind, um, put your business for me once more in the chat. And I promise I'll learn them eventually, but for the sake of making sure that I'm not taking up too much time trying to get that verbally, if you could put that business in the chat, what the name of it is and what you are selling, then we can pick out one and use it as our example for today. All right, so I'm going to show you a few things, and then I want to get somebody to to answer some questions and post some on social media, and we'll get right into it. Good morning, Katrina. Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Maureen, I think she's on now. All right, so Dazzle It Designs, custom rhinestone apparel. Huh, cute. Okay, so Dazzle It Designs. So let me share my screen. Boop, 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 boop. Here we go. All right, can everyone see almost? I haven't seen the preview pop up yet. It's still black. Can you see my screen yet?
Not yet. It's starting.
Okay, thank you.
No.
Here it is. All right, is it there?
Yes.
The screen says,
Yes.
where should we begin, right?
Perfect. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So this is ChatGPT. That's the domain and that's the thing, right? ChatGPT, ChatGPT.com. And you can create an account. You don't necessarily have to subscribe or anything like that. But of course, subscribing gives you access to more features, that kind of thing. But you don't have to. Okay. I'm going to emphasize that. We're not adding to your expenses here. Now, Canva, that's a totally different thing. We might have to add to your expenses, but here we don't. So here we are. We're going to put in the name of the business. I thought that I copied it. All right, so I'm going to put in the name of the business just like this. These are the, okay. Sometimes these things like to play with you. So I have to type it. Dazzle It Designs, custom rhinestone apparel. Please. I talk to ChatGPT as if I were talking to an assistant, okay? So I use things like please and thank you and all the things because it helps to set the tone for ChatGPT. If you've never communicated with AI before, then it's gonna just give you what it has, right? So if you give it tone and personality and things of that nature, it will learn you. Literally, it will learn you and it will mirror, whatever you have given it. So please create a 1-week marketing plan for social media that I can use for this business. Okay. And so what it will do is give you a marketing strategy. It will even give you hashtags and it will also give you captions and content creation ideas and all of the things. So as you can see, it starts out with Meet the Maker. So this one the theme is personal introduction and behind the scenes. So let me ask you, what does that mean to you? What does a personal introduction and behind the scenes mean to you? Anybody, or Katrina, since this is your business, what does that mean to you?
To me, it means putting a face to the person making the products and, so that people on the other side can see that I'm human, for one, and, relatable so that they can start to know, like, and trust me.
Perfect. Yes. That's a lot of it. The other part of it is, are you making these items by hand?
Yes.
So video yourself making them, right? In real time. So do you have a tripod or something that you can connect your cell phone or iPad to record yourself?
Yeah, I do.
All right. So then it would just be a matter of setting that up and hitting record, wiping off that camera lens. You can ask my friends about it. Dave might even know, you have to wipe that camera lens off. It has to be nice and clear before we start videoing or taking pictures. However, that's where you start. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to get all dressed up, because a lot of people are like, wait a minute, I don't get dressed, to do this kind of work. What does that look like? It looks like this. It looks just like this. This is my mommy Monday morning look. This is a hoodie and a very untamed afro with no earrings and no makeup yet. None of that has happened. None of that occurs before I have to leave my house to make that 35-minute commute. So yeah, this is what you get whenever you're in the moment. So I intentionally didn't get dressed this morning, or probably last Monday for that matter, because I wanted you all to see that whenever you are posting like the behind the scenes, the real you, like as you are preparing to get things done, you don't always look like this, and that's okay, right? That doesn't mean that you don't record, and it doesn't mean that you're not marketing, and it doesn't mean that that you're not going to have something where you are more polished. It means that you are showing people the process. Period. It's just a part of the process. And if you know anything about a process, when you're involved in the trenches of the process, you don't always get to look the part the entire time, right? Now, some of us do, and we're not going to call out the names of the people who do, because I have never seen them look off. But some of us don't always get to look this way during the process. All right. So I just want to make that
But
plug.
did you call me out? Did you just call me out?
I did not. Miss Sonia, I never called your name.
No,
Okay.
she's our Dolly Parton.
Okay. Oh, okay. Love you.
But I think it's important to remember, just turn your camera on. Turn your camera on, press play, keep what you want to keep, throw away what you don't want to keep, okay? Plain and simple. When you go live, though, it is what it is, all right? So don't forget to just go live. Allow people to ask you questions or to see what you're doing so that they can become more engaged. They're going to invest in you because they're able to be a part of that journey with you. So I'll get off that soapbox, but that's important. Okay, content, short video, carousel showing you pressing rhinestones, designing or packaging orders. All of that is important because that's all a part of the process. Now, the caption idea that they presented you with is every sparkle starts with a vision. If you're like, hey, I already have a tagline, I want to insert that, you insert that right now, right? So do you have a tagline?
Yeah, it's your sparkle, your story.
Oh, I love it. Oh, this is even better. Girl. Okay, please use the tagline, your sparkle, your story. Now watch this. Beautifully captures both the personal and expressive
I
side.
do want avocado
Please
too.
mute yourself. Never mind, I got it. Here's your refined 1 week social media marketing. So it'll tell you how it's incorporated what you added. So now your tagline is your sparkle, your story. The focus is to show the personality, craftsmanship, and confidence behind your rhinestone creations. The goal, this is important, to build engagement, attract custom orders, and grow brand awareness. Now, you're like, okay, well, how? How? Well, this is where you start to make sure that you are also putting in some sort of a call to action. Has anyone ever heard of a call to action as it relates to social media? Okay, so tell them what to do. I remember when I first, started learning about marketing and especially on social media, they used to be like, Anita, you're being too nice. Like, tell the people what to do. And I'm like, that's not my personality. Now I'm like, hey, come on, let's get it. And people respond, okay? So as you are as you are doing the video or as you're preparing to post the video, you have to let them know what to do. First of all, where to find you, right? You come to the store, come to the store, Southern Lion inside of Pineville Mall so that you can get your custom rhinestone creation, right? Make this rhinestone creation sparkle so that you can tell your story better. Ooh, look at that. You know, so we just took everything about your Dazzle It designs and made it theirs, right? Each individual, you make it theirs and you bring them on in. So that's Monday. Tuesday, you have show the glow up, before and after of a blank tee turning into a fully blinged out custom design. So I know it's kind of like, is that the same thing? Actually, it's not. You're showing a before and after. So that can be in pictures, that can be in a sped up video, you know, just a quick reel, something to capture their attention and keep it moving. On Wednesday, you're gonna wear it, right? Now you're getting made up. You putting that makeup on, you're doing that hair, you're doing everything that needs to be done so that you can put on your custom design apparel. And then of course, show people how you dress it up. Are you taking a t-shirt that's bedazzled and putting it on with a blazer and some jeans and some boots and, you know, calling it a day? But the main part of this is that you are branding you are wearing your brand. You are going out to promote yourself in that way. Design drop Thursday. So what's trending? What is new that you're creating for the holiday season that people can't live without? Make it make sense and put it in there. I do love a good slow-mo video. Haven't done one in a while. Now I'm like, do I want to? So slow motion video of rhinestones catching light and new design reveal. So that's pretty cool. I'm sure you know exactly what that's asking you to do, but like there's the caption, hot off the press in slow motion, the rhinestones are falling. That's super cool, right? Feature Friday, collaboration or client highlight. Now, this is the one that brings everybody else on the call into view, right? Because one thing that's missed that you all have that a lot of people don't have, can anybody guess? It's okay. I know you don't know because you haven't done it yet. You have each other. You have each other. If you're not capitalizing off of each other in a way that makes sense, whatever Java is selling, it doesn't even matter because Katrina can make you something that expresses what you're selling, and then together you guys can come and make a video that says, look, you can come here and buy this stuff from this lady, and you can buy a t-shirt from me because ba 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 ba, and we're going back and forth to show that. And the same thing, Ms. Jama can get on her social media accounts and say, oh my gosh, you know, come and check me out in the store wearing my new t-shirt that's made by my buddy over here from Southern Lion. And so there's a consistent plug that you have with one another that if you are utilizing, you know, your your access to one another wisely, you can really build quickly, right? Because everybody already has a following of some sort. You have friends, you have family, you have people and customers that you've already, you know, built relationships with. Now you are crossing that over. There's no loss in collaborating. No loss whatsoever. Okay. So let's see, Sparkle Saturday sale, exclusive weekend promo or bundle. What do you sell that you can bundle up together, right? I'm sure you already have that in a bag, but do people know that it exists, right? If they buy two of something, are they going to get one setup free or one, you know, one of my friends called me out one time, much like I just called out Miss Sonia, but a little more directly when she said, you know, you should have tumblers. And I was like, why? Like, and I was like, why? And she said, because I've never seen you enter a room without one. But she was saying to me, because you're known to carry your cup, you know, you should have branded cups so that I was like, girl, make it for me. Make it for me so we can get this money, right? But nonetheless, there's somebody in the store that can do or has what you need in order to continue to brand yourself in a fresh way. So take full advantage of it. is the point. Sunday, Soulful Sparkle Sunday. Now, if you're like me, you know, it took me a few years to get to this point, several to be exact, but I don't do a lot of work on Sunday. I don't anymore. I used to crush it 7 days a week. Boom, 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 boom. And Sundays, I was just like, you know what? I need a little minute. You know, the baby's getting older. I'm getting older. You know, I need a day to reset, right? So Sunday is that day. We go to church, we get out, we have lunch, we take road trips, we do whatever we need to do to recalibrate. And a part of that means that I don't engage with clients. Some clients still call. One called yesterday. It is Sunday. So we can't do that. But so if that is you and you're like, hey, girl, I don't do this on Sunday, that's fine. Pre-do it. Pre-do it. Do it Friday. Do it Thursday. Have one day a week that you're only focusing on social media. That's even better, right? Because now each one of those days is mapped out. You've had time to change clothes, do all the things that needs to happen in order to make your content for the week make sense. You're focused, you're in the moment, you're not going to forget about it because it is content day, right? And so now what does that mean? It means that now you can actually go ahead and plug them into Facebook or Instagram or whatever and schedule those postings, right? Or if you're like, I'm not that savvy, I don't really know how or when or what to do with that, fine, make it and then just pop. You're gonna scroll it anyway. Like, don't act like you're not gonna go on social media every day. So just go on, post it, and then do whatever else you were gonna do for the day, period. Okay. And we'll get into some of the analytics and those kinds of things on the next go around. We might get to it today, but probably the next time. But this is just a quick way for you to identify how, like the how and the what, how and what, how to structure your content, and then what should you be posting. Do you have any questions? Does this make sense? Do you have any questions? No?
No,
Does it make
no.
sense?
Yeah, it makes good sense.
Does it seem like it's something that you can do?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're going to switch gears and you can come in here and ask it. See, it says, would you like me to create a matching 7-day Canva template kit? So always read the questions at the end of whatever it is that you're asking ChatGPT to do, because before we switch gears, which I was about to do, it might give you what we're looking for. So I'm going to say yes, just to see what it offers. And now it's going to, okay, so it's going to ask me even more questions, and it's going to ask me some things that I probably don't have as it relates to your business, Katrina, but you can see what you need to do in order to make this make sense, right? So it's asking for the brand colors, it's asking for the font style, it's asking, and that font style is pertaining to what you use routinely. So the closer we can get this information to what you already have as a brand established, then the closer it's going to get to creating what you have and us not having to change so much. Okay. So the logo, the template style, type, the tone, again, we talked about that earlier on, but it's to be reminded, you know, like, how do you ensure that ChatGPT is capturing the essence of who you are, right? So the more you give it, the more it will start to say, okay, right? 7 coordinated Canva templates is what it will give you. What I'm going to do, Katrina, for the sake of time, is send you this ChatGPT that I've started, and then you can kind of pick up the ball from there and keep going. Can you please show the merchants how they can get the from the previous business and how they can get those? Yes. Okay. So yes, I can do that. So let's go over to Canva. And let's see here. We're going to go to templates. And so in templates, you can, just kind of peruse like what it is that you're looking for. So let's just say 7-day social media template for mm, Sparkle and Rhinestone business. I just want to see what it gives us. All right, so there's a few things here, but I don't like them. So let's go back. Let me see, templates for social media with rhinestones. So in this case, if you're not like, personally, I don't see anything that I would use, but if you're like, I like a couple of them, or if you're like still not finding what you're looking for, let's do this Sparkle. Let's just put in rhinestones. And maybe Sparkle. There we go. All right, so now we have things that sparkle all over the place, right? So depending on what it is that you're wanting to do, or which direction you're trying to go in, if you want to still, or if you would like a video, both are here. So there's the video. Right. As you're coming into the holiday season, I would highly recommend that most of what you're posting is surrounding that, because that's putting people into the mindset of gifts and Christmas and joy and shopping, so, let's just be real. And I have to, I'm careful because I'm also in finance. So, and we're teaching people about budgeting through the holidays. So that's hilarious, right? I'm teaching you how to solicit for their money, and I'm teaching them how to budget. Hilarious. But I think this one is super cute. Especially with that one that talks about the slow-mo. So you can add slow-mo dropping rhinestones. Let me see here. If I can play with that one for a second. So let's see here. Boop-doop. Rhinestone. Let me see if it's over here. And graphics, videos, let's see. Okay. So watch this. Okay. So we're just going to take one concept and transform it into the other. And we can make this as transparent as we need to so that we can keep the essence of the color. So it's not overpowering. There's the still image and then there's the motion. And again, we can bring it back up some if we need to, just so that we can make sure that it has what it needs. The other side of that is we can, yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. So this is one way to do it. So now I like the contrast of the font. So if we wanted to use this, we could. If you want to change it, that's fine too. So let me see. It's Your Sparkle, Your Story, right? And what was the name of the business?
Dazzle It Designs.
Dazzle It Designs. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Is it spelled like this?
Yeah. I wanted to keep it simple.
Yes. Some people change it to a Z and this or that.
Yeah.
So, all right. So You can bold it, you can not bold it, you can change the color. You can, there's so much you can do with this. I don't know what your colors are. What are your colors?
A black and gold.
Oh, well, look at that. And so I
Yeah.
can change that to black, change that to black. And I would probably change that font because I'm not completely, I like this one a little bit better. All right. Don't be afraid to let your words touch. So like how it just kind of overlaps the D's a little bit. I kind of like that approach. And if you want, and then whatever else you want to add to this. So if you're having a sale, if you're having, if you want to make this into a reel where this is how it starts for those first maybe 5 seconds, you can cut it down to about 5 seconds and then add your pictures of your content behind it, or vice versa. You know, start with your pictures and your content, and then make this your end cap, and then do 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 do. So there's that. Okay. I want this a little softer. I like this one better. Bring it down a little bit. All right, so I'm trying to, there it is. All right, so that bold pink line that you see, make sure that it's centered. But I would just drop that right down there. So then that way people know exactly where to come. And then you've shown them all of the other things that they're going to be able to get whenever they get there. So this is either an opening or a closing or both. You can do both. You can split this video and put it at the beginning of your reel or at the back end of your reel, and then kind of go from there. So I think that this is just kind of capturing, put a voice on it, right? And then voila, you've got, you know, some good serious content happening there. All right. So now let's just say that we have this. If you want this, I'll send it to you. Okay. Let me see. Make sure you're able to copy it. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Or I can email it to you if you're not able to copy the link out of the chat. And I will send you this one as well, from ChatGPT. All right. So, boom. So now we're going to go to Facebook. And last week, one of the things that I brought up was how you could reconnect if you are an existing vendor, or if you were a vendor of the previous business, with Lion at the end of it in Charlotte. If you were a part, one of their merchants, like what does that look like? Okay, so let's go over to Facebook. And let's see if we can find, I think it's one word, right? I think that's what we realized before. Is this it? Yes. All right. So this is Black Lion. And I love that picture, Miss Sonia. All right. So as you can see, there are 31,000 followers here. That means that at some point, before they closed, we all had access to Black Lion, and that those people, those customers, were either customers of the existing merchants that are in Southern Lion, or there was some sort of connectivity, right? These people, as I've stated before, are probably looking for you. If they were customers or clients, they were probably looking for you. And as I showed you before, some of the followers I'm even mutual friends with. So I'm sure that if you go right and click on Black Lion, you'll click on the followers right underneath the name where it says 31,000 followers, and then come down, it's going to show you the followers, and then it's going to show you mutual followers, right? So here under followers, these are all of the people, right? The $31,000 number, excuse me, that are following this company, right? So you want to come in here, see if any names look familiar. And even if they don't look familiar, just say, hey, I was a merchant in Black Lion. I noticed that, you are a follower, and I just wanted to make you aware that I am now located in Southern Lion. If you have any interest, here's our information, right? So now, what does that look like whenever you are collaborating? Well, let's just say that I'm going to use the people who are on this call. So let's just say we know that Janva and, is it Larry?
Yes.
I got a good memory.
Yeah.
Jamba and Larry were actually a part of the Black Lion family, and they are now a part of the Southern Lion family. But let's just say that Katrina was not, since she's the business that we've been working with today. So Katrina is going to say, hey, y'all, in this group of people, right? Because she wasn't a part of this, right? But she's connected to Jamba, and Jamba was. So she's going to say, hi, I noticed that you're a follower of Black Lion. I'm a part of the Southern Lion family, and I'm connected with Jamba, who was a merchant under Black Lion. Not sure if you've been looking for her, but guess what? You can find her at Southern Lion as well as me. We would love to host you, in the near future. Make sure that you drop by the store in Pineville Mall. So that's just off the top of my head, one way that collaboratively you can work together. This could actually be a video. So if you're like, I don't want to keep copying and pasting, or I don't want to, whatever the case may be, it could be a video. Why are the videos a little more powerful in this scenario than anything else? Well, one, there's a lot of action happening, right? Social media can be a little wonky when it comes to, people just taking opportunities to get into your inbox for God knows what, right? So it's a safety precaution. It makes you a real person. You're not a bot. You're not someone just trying to scam or spam them. This is legitimate. My only caution is that that you don't inbox more than 20 people or so, and that number changes and varies from time to time at a time, because Facebook will block you from sending messages and say that you're spamming. So we want to be very intentional about that, okay? If you can already see that there is a connection with a person that you're planning to reach out to with the person that you are making mention of in that video, then throw them into the thread with you, or into that chat with you. That way they know that it's a safe connection, and not just someone trying to, spam them or scam them in some way. But the video helps, and it helps that you do it inside of the store, because again, it's relative, it shows the connection, it lets people know that it is a real person that's reaching out to them, and then it invites them into that space in real time. They don't have to try to guess, well, what are they talking about? No, it's right behind me in my video. You can see our booth, you can see everything around us, you can see us connecting together. So I would suggest that you all get together and maybe choose a day to do content, right? Somebody's going to have some insight that you may not have and vice versa. That way you can utilize each other's resources and tools, to try to put this together. Make it a social media workshop day, right? Where you're all just kind of coming together, doing your social, collaborating in some ways on videos or posts, and then going from there. That actually could be a post all by itself, right? Where you're going live and saying, this is what content day looks like at Southern Lion with all the merchants, right? And then make it make sense. But there's so many endless possibilities of what you all can do to bring people into the store, both individually and collaboratively, that it's unreal. It's really unreal. So I want to pause there. We've got about 13 minutes left in this session today and open it up for questions or thoughts.
How do you import your logo?
Oh, into ChatGPT?
Yes.
Katrina, can you send me your logo, please?
Yeah, hold on.
Sure.
Did you get that?
I did. Thank you. Let's see. One second. Okay, did I already close out of it? I don't think so. Okay, here we go. All right, so we're gonna click the plus here. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna click the plus down next to where it says ask anything. Click the plus, and then it's gonna say, it's gonna give you the option, the menu pops up, add photos and files. And so these are the two files that she sent me. So I'm going to upload those here. And so that should answer most of the questions that they asked. So I'm going to pop those in. And then ChatGPT will determine how it would like for you to proceed. Usually it asks you a bunch more questions or, that kind of thing. So there's that. Okay. So, and this just gave me a thought. One thing that I always recommend to people, especially whenever you've had a graphic designer to create logos for you, is to ask them for this information. So see how it's asking about the color palette and the fonts and things like that. Always ask them to send you that information, because otherwise you're going to have to go try and search for it. When they've already created it, they already know what they used to create it. And you can let them know why. Hey, I just want to make sure that other parts of my branding match my logo. I need this information. Just make it a habit. You want to always ask for your logos to be in varying colors. So for example, I'm going to go back to this for a moment, and so you can see how to do that. So I'm going to upload these logos into Canva, just like that. And as you can see, there's a transparent one, and then there's one on a black background. But if I put this transparent one inside of this gold background, it's kind of hard to see, right? So what I would ask is that they make one with dark font. And then that way it will show up on light backgrounds. Otherwise, it's not going to show up all that much because it's so light, right? Now, of course, there's ways around it. We can, make this darker, but then you really can't see it. So I don't like that. We can make it lighter. There we go. We can make it lighter. And then, of course, it'll pop up a little bit better. But there are certain aspects of it that are not going to show up all that much. And that's what we would need to ask them to make some adjustments to. But I do see what this is. So the designs is in like rhinestones. This is actually really cute. So you would have to make it bigger. And there we go. Okay. So that's better. Um, that's better. Boop. I want it even. Okay. So I'm going to take this off because that's there. And I'm going to bring this down some. And because your, let me see. I'll bring this back up a little bit. Play, preview. It's really classy. But yeah, I would definitely just keep playing with it. And now that I've started it, I may even keep playing with it. But
That's super
this
cute,
is
though.
just yeah, I do like it. And so the other part about that, Katrina, is I know I've already sent you the link. I wasn't sure if you could open it yet or not, but even what I just did, you have that already in real time. So it's a live link, so that, you'll have whatever changes are made in real time. So, Ms. Jamba, did that answer your questions about uploading the pictures and how to use them?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? All right. Well, I'm going to stop recording.